Okay, this is a video from the Young Turks where they're going to talk about atheist bloggers being killed in the Middle East. But in the title, it didn't say Muslims. It said fundamentalists. Yay!
Because that's the whole problem.
Yeah, really, it's the fundamentalists that I'm concerned about.
Only if the fundamentals are concerning.
Yeah, if it traces back to the shitty fundamentals, maybe the fundamentalists might be concerning.
I just did a video on this yesterday, man. Come on.
I really don't.
I
really don't mind Hindus, but those darn fundamentalists and their caste system.
So terrible.
At least Hindus, you have to be born into it. You can't convert.
That is a nice deterrent.
Yeah. By the way, if you have to be born into it, how do they judge people who aren't Hindus on the caste system scale?
They're simply not included.
Lower than low.
You're just fucked.
Yeah.
Just fucked.
Yeah, you're simply not included. You're the equivalent of, but without the hatred towards, but you're the equivalent of like a kuffar. You're just a non-believer. You don't know what's going on. You're not involved in this whole reincarnation business. You got nothing to do with this.
I am ignorant of my tantric messiah.
Oh, God. All right.
He's Buddhist, though. He's not Jew.
Ooh, good burn cut.
Burn. Yeah.
Neat. Look at Cenk's face.
Cenk Uygur's.
Look at that. Let's pause for a
Funtown
moment.
barbecue sauce.
He's already making a goofy face. What the fuck, dude?
Why start on goofy face, Cenk?
I love ad hom pausing, Jink.
It's too easy, but it's fun.
Cenk Uygur.
His
Cenk
lips
Uygur says to logic, "Do you bleed? You will."
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Try
Just
that.
in an armored Batman armor, but it's with a crescent star in the chest.
I don't think it'd fit over him.
Yeah, he's an endomorphic gentleman. He's a
That's the kindest way to say that.
yeah
He's plus size.
Turkish Santa. But instead of giving things, he takes away your sanity.
Hey, he used to be a Republican, didn't he? I think.
I think he
He
used to have
be.
some right-leaning things.
That wouldn't shock
Yeah, a
me.
lot of these guys, like the most extremist progressives, used to be conservatives, and they fell in with like a bad crowd in the conservative movement, and then they basically like, no, I must atone for my sins. Whip self-flagellation. I believe Hagbard used to make the analogy that they're like the white albino from, not the white albino, the albino from the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, they all remind me of that.
I'm so sorry for being white, guys.
And the same can be said for a lot of the alt-righters. Used to be liberals, fall in with the wrong crowd, feel like they need to self-flagellate and move to the right. It's the same crap.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's watch his brilliant thoughts.
Now, some in Bangladesh are fundamentalist Muslim. Not all, but
Not
unfortunately,
all.
the ones that are fundamentalist
Oh
are the
my
ones
God.
that are
Not all.
Not all.
That's
Remember that. Not all.
Fuck you.
Just
You
immediately.
Start off with not all.
Yeah, begin the conversation with not all. That's always a good start.
Okay, next time you cover a video about Christians, I want to hear the same thing. There's some Christian guy in the South. He was pretty racist. Not all. You're not going to hear that video on the Young Turks.
Well, there was some Christian guy in the South. He's pretty racist, but we shouldn't blame Christians. We need to blame white people. Like, that's what I'm more likely to hear. And remember, it's really fucked up because as much as I want to get angry at Bill O'Reilly all the time for saying, like, black, he always follows up with black culture. And when Cenk Uygur says white culture, I don't really mind, but he always ends up transitioning over the course of the video to white people.
I would say I would mind both because white people cover a variety of cultures. It's just ignorant.
Right.
I know,
White people come from Italy. White people come from France, England.
Well, Logic Tree knows the Italians aren't really white.
Well, it's weird. I'm a Sicilian. We were we basically like Nubians came
You're
over
for
here,
sure
and we
not
were like,
white.
"Hey, you down to fuck? Yeah, down to fuck."
Yeah.
And then when we fucked, and then we created the Italians.
Yeah, there's a line in Italy of where they consider white people stop being. And
Really?
Sicily definitely is not white people. I mean, that's if you're talking to a white supremacist, they'd laugh in your face like, no, dude, that's not us. Sorry. No Italians,
Not
thank you.
letting you in.
It's okay. I'm half English, so I qualify for Whitelandia.
No. It's just too bad for you, Logic Tree. No white
Trump and
nationalists.
Reich will welcome me one day.
No, the white nationalists will shut the door in your face, and I know
I'll marry a
that's...
Swedish woman, and they will have blonde hair and blue eyes. And I will further the master race.
Jesus
Christ.
Someone's gonna sample
we like
this.
to roleplay on the show.
That sounds terrible. Yeah, we can keep going.
Force prone to violence. And boy, do we have a horrific case of that today. It involves Mohammed
And every day.
Uddin, who was a wonderful guy. He was brave enough to be an atheist in Bangladesh and, didn't have a problem with the overwhelming majority of the people there, but the fundamentalists certainly had a problem with him. He wrote...
Oh.
No, I'm sure the majority of people there who believe that atheists are Satan really didn't have a problem with him.
There was that interview that was being circled around from Turkey. This supposedly moderate,
Oh, is it the
guy.
one that says Mein Kampf is the highest bought book?
No, they were asking just people on the street about what they thought about atheists, and they were like, "Damn them to hell! They're worthless. They don't believe." And this looks like a modern society with people just walking around, and they actually believe this. So, and we're not talking about Turkey. We're talking about a place that's even more primitive. I can't even imagine the sentiments towards atheists there.
Yeah, it's not good.
Look, I looked up the stats for this, and there was a Pew poll. 1/3 of Bangladeshis believe that apostates should be killed.
That's not
1/3.
alarming. That's cool.
And he acts like it's just fundamentalists.
Well,
no,
it is.
it's fucking
One third
Islam.
of them.
That's the problem.
Yeah, 1/3 of
why-
them are fundamentalists. That's the problem.
I'm amazed they
Yeah.
put the word Islamic on the screen.
Me too.
To be honest, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, we can keep going.
They got called too often on not including it, I think.
on
But
his
they
blog
continue
often,
to make videos like this.
Oh yeah, they've got to apologize for it. They've got to act like they're in the moral and intellectual high ground. So now that they've been called on it, they have to use it, but still deny it. It's great. It's fun to watch.
It feels like we've almost caught him in this still image in perfect derp face, but we need the eyes just opened a little more, and we have a new coming meme.
It looks like he's had a lobotomy done to him.
Yeah, he looks like the chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo Bird's Nest.
Oh, he does.
about his views
wow.
on religion, and he was brave enough to simply say, quote, "I have no religion." So I don't know that I'd have been brave enough to be able to do that in Bangladesh. I hope I would have, but I'm not sure, right?
We all know you wouldn't have, Cenk.
Well, Cenk wouldn't have. I keep calling him Cenk. Cenk wouldn't have, but for a different reason. You're probably Muslim. You just like bacon.
The thing
a lot.
is, he doesn't even have the bravery to say he's an atheist in the States. He claims he's an agnostic.
Agnostic, right?
That's
yes.
the funny thing about this video. He goes on to claim that, like, I'm part of this skeptic community. Like, I'm there with you guys. Religion is false. It's like, you have never said anything of the sort. All you have said is this pussy stance that, I don't know.
It's kind of like...
There could be, there might be, there might not be, I don't know.
It's kind of like Obama's no position on gay marriage before gay marriage was legalized, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have 2004 when it was, the right wingers were flooding the media with Christian propaganda. So you have him saying it's a sacred institution, but not specifying what he really meant. And then, of course, after gay marriage was passed through the Supreme Court, it's, oh, well, this is a great day for love. But again, not supposed to, yeah.
Yeah. Such a brave stance to take.
Yeah.
What do 51% of you think I should do?
It's easier to do it here in the comforts of a studio in the United States. Well, unfortunately, something tragic happened next. So New York Times explains, witnesses said a group of clean-shaven
I'm sorry,
men-
wait, can you pause it here? Oh, damn it. It landed on a frame of the quote. I need to go back to that right before. Rewind.
Yeah,
The
Witnesses.
yeah, rewind, Hag.
okay, here. I can see. No,
Yeah, we're on the
I can see his man tits. I can see his man tits. They are perky and delightful. I can see them through his jacket. Okay, that's all.
It's ironic because the T's on his TYT shirt.
It's true.
Right on
Look
the
at that
titties.
butt chin.
Yeah.
That's what I.
God, I'm
It's
just
got a
imagining
crack.
the Young Turks version of Hooters and it's Cenk Uygur in the mini. Oh God.
Oh, my nightmare fuel. Hey, that's the name of the show.
Witnesses said a group of
band.
clean-shaven men.
Clean shaven. So, fundamentalist.
Yeah, that really sounds like fundamentalist.
Yeah, right.
Surrounded Mohammed Nazimuddin, a law student, as he walked down the street around 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday and slashed
And
his
weirdly
head.
enough, one of them was ginger. Sorry.
Soulless.
Then shot him when he fell to the ground. The assault was eerily similar to a series of attacks on bloggers carried out last year, often in crowded public places. The leader of Al-Qaeda's branch in the Indian subcontinent released a video taking responsibility for 2 of the killings, calling the victims blasphemers. In October, came fatal attacks on 2 men who had published the work of atheist writers.
So they weren't even atheist writers. They were just a publishing company? Fuck.
There's a
Forwarded somebody's work and they got killed.
Yeah, fuck.
There's a really odd conflation going on where they're talking about the other attacks on atheist bloggers. This particular attack, though, it wasn't a terrorist group. It was more just a mob of people. And I feel like that's more, even though this is from the New York Times, it feels like a cherry-picked version of this story to make it seem like, oh, it is just more fundamentalism. It's not just the everyday Muslim who holds these feelings.
Yeah, they present the story and then present a bunch of other facts as though they were related to the story, when fundamentally they're not.
Yeah,
And you know what? To clarify, we're not calling people who are Muslim bad people. There's a really good quote. I believe it's from George Carlin when he says, to get good people to do bad things, that requires religion.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, we can keep going.
So,
All right.
these are some of the bravest souls on earth, and atheist bloggers in Bangladesh and other places, knowing that some of their neighbors will understand and be accepting, but some will not, and the ones who will not are dangerous, and they are often violent.
And they're often Muslim.
I have beer with them on Tuesday nights.
And bacon.
Bacon. All the bacon.
He's had a lot of bacon. I
Yes.
have a sinking suspicion.
Yes, I think one of the most famous videos I've ever seen from him involves him, before he really had his own network, just eating a bacon cheeseburger, in like 2001 on camera.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That
That
sounds
is
about right.
Cenk Uygur, caught in Burger King.
No, it wasn't even like caught in Burger King. It was like a correspondent. They wwere making fun of like the right wing at the time. I think this is before he went super anti-white publicly. You know,
Publicly.
this was probably back when you guys could still stomach him, and it was just kind of a funny little bit where he was eating a bacon cheeseburger because there
Like
was
a
all
Carl's Jr. commercial where hot chicks.
Oh God, more images. No, now he's in
Yeah.
Daisy Dukes in my head.
Yeah, Jink wearing a man thong, eating a bacon cheeseburger and
This
getting
is
mayonnaise on his
the
mouth.
Nightmare Fuel podcast.
Grease dripping down his fucking tits.
His fucking tit.
These big old brown tidbitties right here. You can see.
Did you want to jump a little ahead, Hagbard?
let's
Glorious
see if he
caramel
fucking-
nipples.
Yeah, the best part is coming up, man. When he
What do you think? Right about here?
Oh, this frame right here. This is full derp face.
Someone should screen cap that. I want to see some. I want to see some artwork on Twitter.
He looks like he's either sucking a nipple or being a monkey. One of the two.
Or both.
that's racist.
He looks like he's doing a bad Sylvester Stallone impression while on a laptop.
Sylvester Stallone, the hacking job here. We're gonna get into the system.
He was 26 years old.
Um,
I believe that we will win that fight in the long run. The reason that
If I
they
can
resort to
change,
machetes and
then
guns
you
is
can
because they can't-
change. We can all change.
Oh God, did he just start quoting Rocky?
Oh, that's another good face. Wow. Yep, that's a skill hack. Bart.
He's not. He just shouldn't be on camera. Let's just be honest. It has nothing. It's not
That
my skill.
face would have been better for the one that I made, which was the Reza Aslan worship my ass slave, because his lips are already puckered up.
That is definitely a wonderful picture.
Get right in the hole, buddy.
Fuck.
win ideologically. They can't win a battle of ideas, and they know that. They're cowards. If they weren't scared, they'd just debate them. But they know they can't win a debate.
Yeah, just debate them.
Yeah, this is part of him trying to be like, hey, I'm with you, skeptic community. I'm totally on your side. I'm on the side of reason and science. I've been there all along.
Yeah, what this guy is
uneducated, illiterate. They're uneducated, illiterate, poor as fuck. All they know is their religion. You know, they don't give a shit about no fucking debate.
And this is him trying to claim that the reason they kill people in the name of their faith is because they're too scared to debate. He's not acknowledging that there are actually direct calls to violence.
I wonder what that would have looked like. Like what, that they surround him and he's like, hey, could we have a discussion about this? I would prefer you put down the machete for just a moment, and yes, put away that gun if you would, and let's have a debate on the actual topics. If I lose, I
Yes, what
suppose.
he's implying, even if they were to agree to it, you got to think of this like two boxers in a ring, and after the fight, the boxer who lost has ties to the Latin kings. What do you think is happening to the boxer who won as he walks out of the arena?
Yeah, there's no winning.
Yeah.
Their ridiculous dogma and literal interpretation of these texts, in this case the Quran, well, it's filled with hypocrisy, it's filled with contradictions. It's impossible to win that debate. So they...
Wow, thank you so much for this wonderful insight. I had no clue. I had no clue that it was filled with hypocrisy and lies.
He looks like a Looney Tune in this one, but I'm not sure which Looney Tune.
Like, you don't get credit for stating the most obvious thing in the world. Like, no shit. You fucking joke.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It's Scrappy Doo. He looks like Scrappy Doo. In this, he looks exactly like the face of Scrappy Doo. Sorry. Yeah, no,
He
definitely.
looks more like Scrappy Doo from the movie. The horror.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, where he takes control of a demon army.
That's his network.
That's the Young Turks. It's a demon army of rabbit-looking gremlin hybrids that want to possess 1990s teenagers, and for some reason Buffy the Vampire Slayer plays
I can face Cenk no
Daphne.
more.
It's genocidal fucking Turkish people.
Well, that is where the Young Turks comes from, yeah.
I can imagine John, what's his face, like crouched over like Smeagol. He has a whole army of those guys. Jimmy Dore is an orc.